Thought I'd be Scott Favor for today. All right, here we go, folks. I hope you're ready because this is going to be quick with a lot of information, but I need audience participation. Okay, so Linda, can you read the quote that Bobby Unser said here?
Success is where preparation and opportunity meet.
Absolutely. And whether we're calling it a recession or we're just calling it an economic downturn, whatever we're calling it, it's an opportunity to grow, try new ideas, to shake your foundations and see if they stand. But more than anything else, for business owners, these times provide an opportunity for you to step up big. I believe the future is going to be great, no matter what economists say, because I control my future, I control my clients, nobody else. So don't listen to the crap that you hear on TV, radio, whatever. Clay, will you read this one, please?
I've heard there's going to be a recession. I've decided not to participate.
Absolutely. And that should be everyone's theme here. But I have a better one. So everybody unmute. We are going to read this together. Are you ready? I refuse to
participate in the negative economy. I will create my own
positive economy.
Okay, now get used to saying that. Okay, are you ready for learning now? Okay, I got a couple head nods, so I guess.
Let's do it, David. Do it.
All right, thanks, Reese. Okay, what you should do in the coming economy. Number one, limit your social media and news intake.
Okay, so you said you wanted us to participate. I'm going to participate.
You to participate. I want other people to participate.
All right, I'll be quiet.
No, what do you got?
You're absolutely right about limiting that in terms of your intake, but your outtake for social media should be like a rocket ship because it is the way to communicate and connect with your ideal audience.
And that's why it says intake there. But what you're putting out, you need to continue and maybe double, because everyone else online is going to be, woe is me, they're terrible, there's no business, oh, I can't do this. It's all a story they're telling themselves. And if you believe it, guess what? What happens when you believe that crap?
You get what you think about most.
Exactly. Thank you, Lane. All right, number two. Focus on your ideal clients. When you take care of your ideal clients, they will introduce you to more ideal clients. Now, that's not to say that you forget your non-ideal clients that you're still servicing. However, when you focus on your ideal clients, these are the people that will get you through these times. Number three, truly help people and be agile. Give before getting. People will remember that. And when they're ready to use your services, they'll call you. Number four, pain versus vitamins. Now, normally, during a normal economic time, you can give your clients and prospects a lot of vitamins so they know what's going on. During a downturn, you have to focus on their pain, and you have to help them get over their pain. So that's why pain versus vitamin is important. And number five here, replace fear with resourcefulness. Okay, anybody scared here? Okay, so you're all resourceful. Okay,
Yes.
what's number 6?
Ask David.
Well, that would be a good idea. Thanks, Deborah. Be resourceful. All right, here's number 6. Don't let go of your principles. Your business, if you have to let go of your principles for your business to survive, you're doing your business wrong. And what will happen after the downturn, people will remember that you stood up for your principles. I had a friend, guy owned cabin real estate. And in 2008, they went bankrupt. But he paid every one of his creditors back over $13 million. You talk about hanging on to your principles. Yeah.
In the event industry, David, during that 2-year stretch when everything was being canceled, delayed, or not happening at all, and lots of companies, who live on their deposits, were unable to fulfill their promises to their clients. I am pleased to say that not one single client lost their money or entertainment for what they needed from our company. Not one.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, number 7, don't hustle, attract. Everybody else out there is going to be hustling, looking for, and then the clients want the best deal. You don't want those clients.
David, what happens when you chase people?
Well, they run away, of course. So no chasing, attract. And you attract people by who you are and how you run your business, and a magnetic marketing platform. But that's another story. All right. Number 8, take care of yourself. You got that, Preston? Okay, because wherever you are, there you are, right?
Wherever you go, there you are.
That's right. See, so be there. All right. Number 9, short-term thinking versus long-term thinking.
Long term.
Well, yes and no. Normally, you think long-term, but during economic slowdowns, you may have to change some of your long-term goals into short-term goals. Not all of them, but you may have to do that to keep everything flowing the way you want it to. And that's a personal decision. I can't tell you which of those you need to change and move forward. But when you look at your business, you'll know. And you'll say, oh, I need to think about doing this now rather than waiting. And the last one.
One of my favorite mantras.
Yeah.
Good for you, Deborah.
It happens all the time. You have to shift your mind from crisis mode to opportunity mode. Bruce Newman, will you read this, please?
Never miss out on an opportunity like a good recession.
Jack Welch knew what he was talking about.
He sure did.
During World War II, there were more millionaires made than at any other time in the world. And every recession or downturn, there are people making money. And the only reason it won't be you is because if you think that you can't make money, or you think the recession is hurting you. Scott.
David, in the event industry and some others like Clay and I have discussed, it's feast, and then it's famine, and it's feast, and it's famine. And in order to even things out, it sometimes is important to recognize that while your normal, your usual customer is over here when they're making money, But when other industries or other organizations are making money, you may need to shift who is now your ideal client, because these people are now making money. And that flexibility allows you to continue to have more feast than famine.
So it's feastman.
Thank you. I'll take it.
All right. Are we ready to say the mantra again?
Sure.
I refuse
refuse
to
to
participate
in a negative
economy.
I will create my own
positive
economy.
economy.
I was thinking when you were talking about short-term versus long-term, and there is a difference, obviously, between short-term thinking and long-term thinking, and long-term planning and short-term planning, but they've got to be consistent. You don't want to think about long-term during a recession or an economic turmoil, because it's really hard to forecast. And if you forecast a downturn and that's what you live by, you'll have your own downturn, whether that's happening or not.
Yeah.
If you so as you plan long-term, always remember, and Clay, we talked about yesterday at flying, is you course correct. Helicopters, I realize you don't like helicopters. My old man had over 30 million miles with American Airlines over 32 years. So he would not get in a helicopter because aerodynamically they do not fly. regardless of what your eyes tell you, they do not fly. So short term versus long term. Make sure that your short term is accurate to the moment, but how does that coincide with your long term plan? And do you have to readjust your long term plan based on the current situation? So I was thinking about that.
So sometimes you do need to course correct your long term plan.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that as you continue to go through whatever you're going through, if you're succeeding, you can switch back and make a long-term plan again.
Yep.
I was just going to add, not to monopolize my talking here, but pain versus vitamin. So I learned in the stuff that went on 06, 08, that the pain my clients had was the reduction of staff, which for whoever got to stay ended up with that workload. And what I do for a living reduces workload. Anyone can do what I do for a living on their own, but it takes a lot of effort. So, think about your business and how is it that, because I think that's really a key one to sell with what may or may not be coming. But how can you reduce the workload, or how can you reduce the pain, or how can you simplify something for your client? Like I've said to a lot of people, we brokers, we end up with a lot of business in a recession because we are able to reduce that workload. We're able to, do recommendations, handle an entire supply chain system instead of that person having to stress over that plus the 7 other hats they have. So that one really sort of rang true to me from my experience.
Anytime that you can reduce someone's workload or their pain, they're going to hire you. Therese.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention I forget which bullet point it was, but it was something about fear and resourcefulness.
Yeah.
And I'm not fearful, because I think that's like a really deep and large word, but I might have some concerns, not as far as like anxious, but maybe some concerns. And so we would still approach it the same way, right?
Yeah. The key is to be resourceful. A lot of people, when they get into this type of economy, they're running around with their hair on fire, going back and forth to different things. You need to stop and take a breath and see where the next step lies. And it comes back to being resourceful. Deborah.
Mine is, okay, so I obviously say, well, all worked out, and I always say that. Has anybody ever seen the movie Shakespeare in Love with Gwyneth Paltrow? Well, it's good in there, because it's about Shakespeare and him growing, him becoming who he was there. And there he's in a failed theater and they say, you know, it's going to fail, they're going to shut it down, we're not going to be able to pay rent, we're not going to be able to do this. And his one good friend always says to him, it will work out. And he always says, how's it going to work out? And he always says, I don't know, it's a mystery. Because it is a mystery. I think you just continue to go doing what you're doing. You're right, you pivot when you have to pivot. You got to keep going, slow and steady. It's a marathon and it will work out. How? I don't know, because it is a mystery, but it will work out. And I've said that mantra as long as I can remember it. I think it came out in like 99, the movie, but I've said it ever since then. And you're right, it always works out. Maybe I panicked for a slight hint of time, but it always works out.
Well, Deborah said the magic word, pivot. Now, here's the thing that you need to understand. What we're going through is not going to be like COVID. COVID, whole industries needed to pivot. What we're going through is a slowdown. So it's not like you have to change the way you run your business. You know, it's getting back in front of your ideal clients. It's helping them, truly helping them without asking for money. Because then they're going to start referring you to their friends who are also your ideal clients. But you know, I don't think anybody needs to, you know, to go after this the way people had to do in COVID.
I think Scott is a really good example of number 3, truly help people and be agile.